Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to our channel. My name is Gaurav
And my name is Priyam.
and today we are going to discuss how you can get your loan approved to pay off fees for the studies in Canada.
So as you all know, there are a number of financial institutions in India from where you can get your education loan.
Yeah, namely government banks, private banks, NBFCs. NBFC stands for non-banking financial companies and even private lenders.
Yeah, so government banks like SBI, PNB, and private banks like Axis Bank, ICICI, and then NBFCs include Auxillo, Avance, HDFC Credila, Credence. So these are number of institutions from where you can get your education loan.
After you have decided where do you want to get the loan from, the very next step comes is what type of loan do you want? Do you want a personal loan or an educational loan?
Yeah, so now let's discuss about the pros and cons of education versus the personal loan. So the personal loan is much faster. The process is really fast as compared to the education loan. In education loan, it could take months, whereas in personal loan, it just take few weeks to get a whole process solved. And then the personal loan does not require lots of documents, whereas in education loan, you require a whole lot of documents
Yeah, a lot of
because the
documents.
bank does lots of scrutiny before approving your loan. And in personal loan, the drawback is that the EMI gets deducted just from the next month you apply for the education loan, or it gets approved from that month. And in education loan, you get a grace period of 3 years, which includes 2 years of your study plus 1 year. So total 3 years of grace period. After that, the EMI deduction starts.
In our opinion, you should go for educational loan because personal loan, the major drawback that personal loan has, that you have to pay the EMI from the very next month your loan gets approved, and that's a major drawback because if you are abroad, then your co-applicant has to pay the EMI from the very next month, and if you don't want your co-applicant to pay the EMI, then you have to send money from abroad, and that can be very tedious.
So now let's discuss about the education loan. You can get your education loan either from the banks or NBFCs. The major difference between banks and NBFCs are that banks take a lot more processing time as compared to the NBFCs, because banks have many more tasks to do other than providing education loan, whereas NBFCs, the major task that they perform is providing education loan, and that's why the processing is much more proficient as compared to the banks for the NBFCs.
Also the rate of interest that bank takes is much less as compared to the NBFCs. The major banks like SBI's, PNB, ICICI, Axis Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank, they take an interest between 6 to 9% or even 6 to 10%, whereas NBFC's rate of interest starts from anywhere between 11 and goes up to 16 or 15 or 16%.
Also the documentation, banks does a lots of scrutiny and they like check your documents very properly, and they require very detailed documents and a lots of documents, whereas NBFCs, they are little less strict about the documentations. So despite of the financial institution you want to proceed with your education loan, you can either go with your bank or NBFC. The process would be almost similar. So you have to choose a co-applicant who could be any of your family member. So while you're studying, they are going to pay your partial interest.
So after you have chosen your co-applicant, the very next step comes is you have to show some funds in a bank account to the bank in which you are going for the loan or the NBFC. So if you have 10 lakhs in your bank account and you want to go to the bank and apply for a 20 lakh of loan, so yeah, they might approve it, depends on the bank, but the chances increase as they know that you have some funds in a bank account, and if you have that funds, so it means that you have
And
some
most of the
income.
time the 100% loan does not get approved, so you have
Yes.
to ask for more. And for education loan, they don't only consider your education fee, they also consider the living expenses you are going to spend over there.
Yeah, living expenses plus GIC. They consider the GIC as well. So if you want a loan of 20 lakhs, ask for 30 lakhs. That's the process that everyone does, each and every student does, and they get a 20 lakhs of loan. Normally, banks only approve 70 to 80% of the loan that you are asking for. So say if you ask for 30 lakhs, they will give you around 20 to 25 lakhs.
And also during your processing, you have to pay some processing fee to the bank or NBFC, which is around like 1 or 2% of the total loan amount you're asking for. So, as you mentioned earlier, you get a grace period of 3 years, which include 2 years of your study plus 1 year, both at banks and NBFCs, before starting paying your EMIs. And before
For the
that,
education loan, yeah.
yeah, and before that, you have to pay some minimal amount. Before that, which could range from 2 to 10,000, which gets deducted while you don't start paying your actual amount.
It is called
Yeah,
partial interest by
partial
banks.
interest.
So now let's come to the collateral part. So banks normally ask for the collateral above 7.5 lakhs of loan. So collateral can include anything like land papers, house papers, depending upon the situation, you could provide any of them. And coming to the NBFCs, they don't need any collateral. They approve loan of around 50 lakhs without collateral. So, but it's better to give a collateral in for NBFCs also, because your interest rate can decrease if you provide a collateral. Depending upon the situation and depending upon the client, they decrease the interest rates. So yeah, it's better to give a collateral for NBFCs as well.
So that's all for the video. If you have any further query related to the education loan or any other step or process, please send us your query on Instagram account. We will definitely try to resolve it, and we are definitely going to reply any DM. And
Yeah, and also just comment down the topics that you want us to make a video on, and we'll surely try to accommodate your request. Thank you so
and
much
thank
for
you so
watching,
much for
guys.
watching our
Subscribing and
videos.
liking. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.